linebacker Erik Rask in the middle, running back Brandon Colavita, and coach on the left. Whenever you're ready.
Al, when you think about everything that this program has been through over the last 12 months, did you think that what this team would put together in Ivy League play would be as commanding as it's been?
You know, a lot of it was going to be determined how well we can handle all the adversity and how we were going to react to a tremendous loss in Owen. And I think you can react a couple different ways. You can play the best football you're capable of playing in honor of them, or you can kind of dwell on it for too long and maybe, you know, stumble. And to our kids' credit, I thought they did a really good job of really honoring Owen, devoting the season to Owen, and really he was front and center on everything that we were trying to do. So, you know, and in many ways it served as a motivation, you know, which I thought was the way I wanted it handled, and fortunate for us, it was the way ultimately it did get handled.
Coach, in this game, it was a very hard-fought defensive battle in its first half.
Yeah.
But I think it was the special teams that turned things around. Is it those plays really were the basically the turning point for you?
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, games get decided by turnovers. They get decided by special teams, you know, before you ever get decided by offense and defense. That's usually the way it goes. And, you know, our special teams, you know, did a really nice job today. The field goal kicker came up huge. The coverage teams were good. And the only, you know, snafu we had was the drop punt. But we really had good field position on our kickoff returns. And, you know, we pinned them down pretty deep. And we made some positive yards and that. So it certainly was very good. Came up big when you had to come up big.
What was your view of the crazy punt play where they tried to save it, went off the guy and picks it up?
Well, I think the way, you know, what ended up happening was they slapped that, and as soon as a coverage guy hits it, you know, it's really a free ball, and even if you fumble it, you can't lose it. And to Bradford's credit, you know, he ran and picked it up, and you know, ended up returning it 35 or 40 yards and gave us great field position. So it was just a spectacular play by him. But he did it with really no threat of anything happening because they had touched it. And so once it's touched, it's pretty much a live ball. You pick it up and run with it and you try to advance it the best you can, knowing that even if you fumble it or anything happens, it still goes, it's still yours.
Erik, you came up with a very big special teams play, a big one there with the block punt. Can you take us through that play?
I mean, yeah, I actually just got put on that field goal block this week. The other guy went down, and you know, just this week in practice, we've just been going over that stuff. And fortunate enough, the guys up front got a really good push, and I was able to time it up and get a hand on it. And we got the block, and you know, that's that.
Brandon, what did it take to break their defensive line down and finally get through with some of those big runs in the second?
I mean, our idea going into every game pretty much is to pound the ball, running it, and to wear them down. And I mean, our O-line, I think they're the best in the league. I mean, credit to them for sticking with a very good D-line, very good defense. But we wore them down as we went on, and things opened up in the end.
Al, can you talk about Andrew Sampson a little bit and setting the school record, and you think about some of the guys who are kickers?
Yeah, I
and
mean,
what it means.
he's had a tremendous career. He's been very, very consistent and has come up big in critical situations, and today was another example. I mean, he's really hitting the ball well. And, you know, when you can score points from 40-plus yards out, I think that, you know, certainly helps you. Certainly keeps the momentum going, continually applies pressure to the other team, and I just think that's huge. So he came up big. He came up big, and we capitalized on some short fields and were able to convert on some things. And you know, I think once we got up, you know, at that point we were just trying to wind the clock down and give up a little bit of yardage, but not try to give up.
Coach, now that you can say that you have a share of the league title, can you talk about how this title run compares to your other ones?
I mean, obviously, given all the adversity they've had to overcome, it's got to be one of the more satisfying things that we've done. You know, it's still a week left. Hopefully we can close it out. You know, we'd like to be greedy and win it outright. And I think it's really, really hard and speaks volume of your team's character and work ethic and focus if you can go back-to-back unbeaten. hasn't happened. It's happened to us, you know, back in 92, 93, and it's happened to us in 2002, 2003. It's got a chance to happen now, but it hasn't happened to very many people. And so you're not only winning it back-to-back, which is hard enough, you know, now you're trying to go back-to-back and be unbeaten in it. And that's very, very difficult to do. So it's kudos to our kids and the way they prepare and how hard they work and everything else that they do. So it's a great reflection on them.
Brandon, can you kind of tell defenses are wearing down? Can you see that written in their faces, or you know, the way their bodies?
I mean, it's more of a feeling, like, as the game goes on, like, you feel yourself breaking more and more runs, and you kind of know that defenses are getting tired, so.
You've obviously had a great season, partly due to some opportunities from Lyle going down earlier, but did you foresee this happening at all with you this season, or how do you feel about the season you've had overall, looking back at it now?
I was actually pretty surprised that I was given a bigger role this year. I mean, I came into the season looking to be the short yardage guy, and a couple opportunities put me over the top, so happy with how it worked out.
Erik, can you talk about the defensive unit this year? I mean, I think at the beginning of the season, one of the themes was that this defense wasn't going to be maybe as dominating as last year, and it wasn't going to have to carry the offense. But you guys seem to have done pretty well anyway. Just explain how it all came together. And, you know.
I think, you know, pretty much we all just really buy into what the coaches say and, you know, believe in the calls they make, and it's really the trust factor. Everyone, we don't really have one star player on the defense. Each week we've had someone come up big, and, you know, we've made the plays when we need to make them. And, you know, we just never really quit. And even though everyone else didn't really think the defense was going to be the same, we kind of took that upon ourselves to prove everybody, you know, that we're still one of the tops in the league. And I think we've done that so far.
Erik, I know you guys pride yourselves on getting shutouts. When they had that, you know, loud pass kind of stolen from the cornerback's hand, what was the reaction on the sideline?
I mean, a shutout would have been nice, but I think, you know, we obviously didn't want to give them any points. We want to make a statement, but, you know, credit to them. Harvard's a really good team, and you know, they're going to make plays throughout the game. And fortunately for us, we just made more than they did.
Erik, how much was Owen mentioned today? How much was he sort of in everybody's thoughts?
I mean, Owen's been everyone's thoughts every day, you know, every minute, every second throughout the whole year, and I think especially today it kind of culminated, and, you know, this was kind of what we set out to do. We just really want to do it for Owen, and all this whole year we know he's been watching down on us, and you know, it's an awesome feeling to win it for him because he's such an awesome person and meant so much to so many guys on this team.
Anything else?
Coach, do you have an update on Bradford Jackson's condition?
I think he'll be all right. We got quite a few kids hurt. We got mass unit there after a while, trying to mix and match special teams, but I think he'll be okay. I'll know more on Sunday. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.